Hey, what is up, everybody? RJ back with my second video of the night, and just going through some inbox questions. And people asked me, got a couple actual questions about this and why I defend John Cena sometimes in videos and stuff. And I'm a fan. I didn't become a fan recently. I became a fan back in, I'd say, late '02 or something, back when he still had Bull Buchanan and stuff with him all the time. I think in, I don't know what grade I was in back then, but um, I was, I was a big fan back then. It was kind of the phasing thing for me because on one hand, The Rock was fading out, and Cena was coming in. I mean, they're two completely different eras and stuff, and people ask me how can I be a fan of both, and I mean that's how I'm a fan of both, honestly. I mean, The Rock, the whole time that when The Rock was big, Cena just wasn't around. Period. I mean, he wasn't. Uh, he wasn't a star. He wasn't anything at that time. He was just getting into the company and getting to the business himself. Um, and then Cena started getting big, and then HBK came back, who I'm a big fan of as well. And those two were kind of the guys that I were big fans of through the whole time. From '02 on to until HBK retired and stuff. But through that period, and and the reason I defend Cena is because I get that a lot of things he does is kiddish nowadays, with the whole PG thing. And he does say some weird things like bologna, fudge, and mustard and all that weird crap. But, I mean, the guy is wrestling. He lives for it. I truly believe it when he says that that is his life. I mean, he never takes time off. He does movies, and whenever he does movies, he's there. Granted, they are WWE films, so it's probably easier to get a schedule around. But he's still there, and it's hard to sit there and trash someone. Oh, I don't see how people can do it. I mean, trash someone that's really there for the company. I mean, people say he don't put people over, but I mean, he don't take straight three counts from people if that's what you're referring to. But I mean, let's see who has been champion since him. He lost the title to Punk. He's Miz has beaten him. All these different things. Granted, they weren't straight threes. Triple H is one of the last straight threes I remember him taking. That was back when it was questionable if he was going to be on Raw anymore. He might be drafted to SmackDown, blah, blah, blah. Um, but, it's just really hard for me to say anything bad about someone that's been there for the company and stuff. And a lot of people, it seems like, since The Rock came back, has really been, crazy hard on Cena. And I mean, I can defend The Rock in different ways too, which I might make another video about defending The Rock. But Cena's he's there. He's a team player in my book, and he's just good for the company when it comes to that kind of that drive. He's got the drive to you know to stay around and stuff. And I honestly do believe he'll never really leave the company on his own terms. He'll probably have to have someone. Someone will have to. He'll either have to be fired. Well, I don't think he'll be fired. Let's be honest. He won't be fired. But Cena, it just it'll probably come to the point where he just can't physically do it anymore, and that's when he'll probably leave. And yeah, I don't know. Cena does a lot of stuff for Make-A-Wish. If people get on him for not going heel, I personally would love to see him heel myself because I loved the whole heel thing he used to do all the time. But I mean, he's getting older. You don't want to see when he gets 40 or something. You don't want to see a 40-something-year-old wrestler come out like NWO Hogan back when he was in his early to 40s stuff. You don't want to see that aging Cena coming out rapping and stuff. Anyways, I mean, gimmicks. People don't ever go back to gimmicks. You don't see Biker Taker coming back. I don't see Undertaker shaving his head and coming out on a motorcycle at Mania. I don't see that happening. So, that's the way things work. When gimmicks are done, they're done. People can hope for them, and even when he came back with the whole Thugonomics thing back a couple weeks ago on Raw, people were booing him out of the building. I mean, it's people ask for something and they get it, and they still complain. So you can't make everyone happy. That's just the way it is. But Cena not going heel, that's not a big deal to me. I mean, he does a lot of Make-A-Wish stuff, and I highly doubt he'd get a lot of requests if he was heel because the kids, they buy into the storylines and stuff. But but that's why I defend Cena. And you guys might not agree with my reasoning, and you guys might think, whatever. It's your opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying you guys are right or wrong. It's an opinion that we all have one. But thanks a lot for watching this, and I appreciate the question.